disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Knight. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Knight. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Right now.
In his own end zone, it's Carr, escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
A first down and more for Drake. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Now they'll throw with Carr. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Second and 2. Back to throw. Knight got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues.
No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. Looking to throw. Knight.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And it's fielded at the 34. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Play action to Drake. Now Carr. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown Vegas. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Texans, nothing. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Off play action. Knight. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7.
Now Carr.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Well, yeah, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think he got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Let's go one more. 18
Off the bootleg.
Knight. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On play action, it's Carr.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Again, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. This is caught.
And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Carr keeps it on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Derek Carr, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Texans, nothing. Daniel Carlson is a kickoff for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ricky. 49.
Back to throw. Knight. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Going deep here for Landry. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Knight on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On second down now, it's Drake, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Carr. Completes this out left to Ruggs. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now this throw caught left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move.
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing now is Carr. He'll set up the screen to Drake. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Carr, a handoff here to Drake.
And he'll be taken down at the 18.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Throwing his Carr on third down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game.
And will be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will take it out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Las Vegas first down.
Play fake. Mariota. They'll roll him out right. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 26 yards. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Knight. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Shifts by at the 15. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
He completes this one to Mack. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Operating from the gun. Knight, room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 39 yards there, a big one.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He's got Jordan complete right side.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Mack will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
An extra point by Sly is up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, Drake. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he returns this to the 22.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas,
they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they will get a home date next week. Dallas Cowboys.